Hi friends, today I would like to introduce you to a story called From Seed to Plant by Gail Gibbons. Gail Gibbons is famous for a lot of her nonfiction books that she's written. We've read a few of hers, like the library one, and I'm sure as I read this you might think of other ones that she's written. So I hope you enjoyed today's story. We are going to use it to compare it to another story that I will share with you tomorrow. Enjoy. Seed to Plant by Gail Gibbons. Most plants make seeds. A seed contains the beginning of a new plant. Tulip, daisy, rose, pea. It's actually called a sweet pea. Buttercup, corn. How many of these have you seen? Seeds are different shapes, sizes, and colors. All seeds grow into the same kind of plant that made them. Sunflower. The whole middle part of the sunflower is actually seeds. Oak tree drops those acorns. Apple tree, zinnia, dandelion, aster. Many plants grow flowers. Flowers are where most seeds begin. Oh, I like this diagram. At the bottom of the pistil are tiny egg cells called ovules. I didn't read from the top, so I don't know what a pistil is. Oh, in the center of the flower is the pistil. Oh, I like how they drew an arrow, pistil. The sticky part at the top of the pistil is called the stigma. I like to think of sticky stigma. Oh, here's the petal. Stamens make yellow powder called pollen. If you get that, it kind of stains your fingers. The parts of the flower around the pistil are called stamens. So stamens with pollen. These are called ovules. Oh, this is called the sepal. Those must be the sort of decorative leaves. And the stem. A flower is made of many parts. I can see that. Before a seed can begin to grow, a grain of pollen from the stamen. Where's the stamen? Pollen from the stamen must land on the stigma at the top of the pistil of a flower like itself. This is called pollination. Some of you are wondering, how does it get from the stamen to the stigma? Good question. Pollination happens in different ways. Often, wind blows pollen from flower to flower. Oh, that's one way. Bees, other insects, and hummingbirds help pollinate too. While they visit flowers for their sweet juice called nectar, pollen rubs on their bodies. Then they carry the pollen to another flower where it comes off onto its pistil. Oh, look at that. You can see that. If a pollen grain from a flower lands on the pistil of the same kind of flower, it grows a long tube through the pistil into an ovule. This is the beginning of a seed. That's amazing. The seed grows inside the flower. Even as the flower begins to die, as the seeds become bigger, a fruit or pod grows around them. The fruit or pod protects the seed. When the fruit or pod ripens, it breaks open. The seeds are ready to become new plants. Some seeds fall to the ground around the base of the plant, where they will grow. Some pods or fruit open and the seeds pop out. Sometimes when birds eat berries, they drop the seeds, either from their mouth if they're eating them, or from their droppings, from their poop. Other seeds fall into streams, ponds, rivers, or the ocean. There they travel on the water until they stick to dirt along the shore. The wind scatters seeds. Some seeds have fluff on them that lets them float to the ground like tiny parachutes. Oh, like the dandelions, like from Carmela Full of Wishes. Others have wings that spin as they fall. Have you seen those? Animals help scatter seeds too. They hide acorns and nuts in the ground. Some seeds have hooks that stick to the fur of animals or people's clothes. Later, they drop off onto the ground. This was the idea behind Velcro. The man noticed that these seeds with burrs attached to them stuck to his socks when he was hiking. A flower bed or vegetable garden is beautiful. Seeds are planted to grow in the gardens. The seeds come in small envelopes or boxes. Directions explain how to plant the seeds and care for the plants. The beginning of a plant is curled up inside each seed. Food is stored inside the seed too. The seed has a seed coat and on the outside to protect it. A seed will not sprout until certain things happen. First, it must be on or in the soil. Next, it needs rain to soak the seed and soften its seed coat. When the sun shines and warms the ground, the seed coat breaks open and the seed begins to grow. This is called germination. A root grows down into the soil. The root takes in water and minerals from the soil for food. Up grows a shoot. Green leaves grow up from the shoot towards the sun. I like how they label things. Leaves, shoot. The plant grows bigger and bigger. The leaves make food for the plant from the water and minerals in the soil, the sunlight and the air all around the plant. Finally, the plant is full grown. Buds on the plant open into flowers where new seeds will grow. Many of the foods people eat are seeds, fruits, and pods. They are full of nutrition, vitamins, and minerals. They are tasty too. A From Seed to Plant project, how to raise bean plants. Find a clean glass jar, take a piece of black construction paper and roll it up. 2, slide the paper into the jar and fill the jar with water. 3, wedge the bean seeds between the black paper and the glass. Put the jar in a warm place. In a few days, the seeds will begin to sprout. Watch the roots grow down. The shoots will grow up. Watching your bean seeds while they sprout. Caring for your bean plants. Put dirt into a big clay pot. Carefully remove the small plants from the glass jar and place them in the soil, covering them up to the base of their shoots. Water them and watch them grow. I'd like to make a text-to-self connection. When I was in high school, I did an experiment to find out if you put beans upside down, will they still grow right side up? And the answer is yes. Beans have an amazing knowledge. They will always send their shoots up and their roots down. It's pretty fantastic. You can also do this experiment with a baggie in a window. You need to have moist towel in there to keep it wet, but you want to make sure you're not growing any mold in there. So you can try different ways to do this, and we'll have an experiment for you. Oh, a glossary. Scientists who study plants are called a botanist. Some seeds sprout only in the heat of a forest fire. In fact, some seeds need the temperature to be up to 2,000 degrees. Other seeds need the forest fire to be 4,000 degrees. That is so hot. Some plants live for only one season. They're called annuals. Other plants die at the end of the season but grow back the following year. They are called perennials. Plants in the desert, such as cactus plants, store water in their stems. They can live for a long time without rain. I learned that it takes almost 100 years for a cactus to grow one of those arms. Mountain plants are short, so the wind can't blow them over. When I went to Alaska, there were trees that were 200 years old, and they were no taller than me. Pretty amazing. Plants move. Many flowers open in the morning and shut at night. Some close when it rains. Also, plants move toward light. Some plants eat insects. These plants live in the soil that doesn't have enough minerals for food. Oh, a Venus flytrap. Looks like he's eating a fly. Probably eats all sorts of insects. The biggest flower in the world grows on the island of Sumatra. It can weigh up to 25 pounds and can be 4 feet across. That's taller than most of you. And 25 pounds? That's about as heavy as my dog. That's an amazing flower. I would kind of like to see that. I hope you enjoyed today's story. From Seed to Plant by Gail Gibbons.